Welcome back, guys. It's Michael from GPURisers.com and welcome back to the bunker. So today I did get this 8-card 3060 Ti LHR rig out of my shed. It is finally here. Now I want to get it hooked up and on the rack and connected to our PDU. So I want to get this rig up and going as soon as possible, but I'm not sure if I mentioned in the other video, but the legs are a little too small for these grates. I don't know exactly what to put under them. I'm going to find something. It would be nice to have a 3D printer where you can, maybe print a mold for each, corner. They could be identical to one another, but something that kind of connects right down here and has a circle base on it so that these are able to be on larger racks like this. But that's for another time. I just want to get this up and going for now, but all of my other frames are a lot like this, so I'm going to have to figure something out soon. Now, we did move over some of our new cards. We do have quite a lot of cards that we want to get going as soon as possible. We have a lot of these 6600 XTs. They're just not here yet. And of course we have a row of 3090s there. We're going to split that into 2 rigs. We have a 3080 LHR, which we are going to start probably on a Frankenstein rig. That's going to again be with the 3080 Ti. Then we have, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3070 Ti's. We are going to put all 7 on one rig with a 1600 watt power supply. And then we have a 3070 LHR. Not really sure what to do with that yet, probably along with the Frankenstein rig, and then a 3060 Ti LHR. And we have another 3070 LHR over there. But we will be getting these onto rigs as soon as possible. The idea, if you watched some of my other videos and like how I like to do this over time, is get one or 2 cards, put it on a whole rig, and as I'm able to get them, start loading up that rig, but kind of create these and build these with the anticipation of filling them up. Now I already have a 6-card 3080 LHR rig, so I don't know, I don't really want to build another rig of those, but I do have a 3080 Ti. I don't really want to build a rig of those either. The 3070 LHRs, again, don't really want to build a rig of those. So I think that those are kind of, like I said, going to be on a Frankenstein build, but we'll figure all that out when the time comes. We do have 4 motherboards that can hold 12 GPUs, and we have, I think, 4 motherboards that can hold 6. But we'll figure all of that out. But today, really, I just wanted to get this one up and going. The next one will be a 3098 card build, but I kind of got caught up with other things today. I thought I had a network switch. I had this older Netgear one, but I do have gigabit internet here, and that one is not gigabit. And also I can't find that one, so we had to get another one. And the new one is a TP-Link, gigabit 24 Ethernet network switch. We are not putting it in our server rack. We are going to be running a cord out from the back of the server rack, just like this, but more neat. And it's going to run to another frame, or not frame, but it's going to run to another rack that will be right here. I will be putting it at the top, and then we can run cords to this rack, that rack, and another one eventually where this rolling rack is. But right now I really only have the one Ethernet cord here. I'm just going to plug another one in, run it. This one is actually powering a Helium miner. Now this is the rack hotspot miner. It does come with a longer antenna cord, which then goes to this lightsaber type thing. I tried setting this up yesterday, but it seemed like the network was down, so I had to set it up earlier today. And I honestly don't know. I know a little bit about the Helium project. I think it's really neat, really cool concept. However, when it comes to the mining portion of it, I really don't know a whole lot. I know it's proof of coverage and everything like that. If you have a miner and you're not so congested with other miners, then you get paid out more, and stuff like that. And a bigger antenna obviously helps with the coverage and the distance that the signal can go. But I set this up a couple hours ago, and it still looks like it's syncing with blockchain. That's what it says on the app, at least. It says part 1 of 7. So I don't want to go too in depth on it because I truly don't know the whole process with it, but I am planning on making a in-depth video on it. And so I'll include all of that information when the time comes. But again, I need to move this table out of the way because I am going to be building another one of these. I just want to get them all there, even though they're not going to be filled up right away, just to get the boxes out of the way. I keep running into these constantly, and keep slamming my foot into that, we still do have our little strobe light up there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just gonna go ahead and put this onto the rack and just let the feet kind of go through it, and it's gonna just sit on the base, which will be touching this. I think that'll be fine for now until I figure out something for it. So I am going to be putting this one, I kind of want to start from the left side. The test bench will eventually be going to a table that will be right here. This is where I will be doing, I think I mentioned in the other videos, more professional type videos, where, I'm standing behind a table and I'm talking about, what I'm working on and everything like that. So I think I'm going to want the test bench on the table, but for now I will be leaving that there until I do have a table for it. So as you can see here, we don't have any 120 millimeter fans on either row of this 12 GPU frame. And that's because it was in my shed. There's an air conditioner kind of pointed straight at it, so I really didn't need it. But now that it's gonna kind of be closer together, I kind of want the heat to be, whipping around a little bit off of the rig. So we will be using our branded GPURisers.com 120 millimeter fans. Now these fans do run at 1500 RPM. They are almost silent, but they do still move 38 CFM. So I will be pointing the rig just like you're seeing it right now. The fans will be in the back, pulling air from back there to push air out here, which will eventually bring air up to the ceiling, which then will be pulled out through exhaust right there. So I'm going to go ahead and get these fans installed, and we will be right back. All right guys, so we got our 8 fans all screwed into this frame. I don't know if everyone else is having, I'm sure everyone else is actually having this issue. It's really hard to fit the fans on the inside. I know this frame was designed to have the fans put on the inside. However, on all of these, I'm putting them on the outside. With these cards, you probably could fit them. However, if you look down there, that is a 3060 Ti Strix. There's just no way this would be able to fit a card there. You could see right there, yeah, there's just, I could barely fit my finger through there. So these 120 millimeter fans would not work. Now, if you notice here, these do have a male and female connection for Molex. We designed these specifically to have Molex connections, and that's so that they can all connect to each other. A lot of other fans have, a small little 4 pins that either connect to the motherboard, and obviously you can't have 8 of those, or you can, but then you have to have 4-pin splitters and like all this, stuff that you have to go through. Or the other option would be, hubs, but there aren't really 8 fan hubs, so we always kind of ran into that issue, and we like to, produce products for you guys that we use in our mining, adventures. So as you can see, every part that we really use is from us. We have our 18 AWG splitters, we have our 8 cap risers, and we have our 120 millimeter fans on here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to connect all these together, daisy chain all of these Molexes down to this Molex connection right here. Then I'm going to plug it into our PDU, make sure it turns on and everything like that. And once we can confirm that, I will get an Ethernet put in, and we are going to be putting it right down there. So let me go ahead and get all of that going, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, so you can see here all of the Molexes are daisy chained together. I'm just gonna leave it there. It doesn't look great, but you don't really see it. So I double checked all the PCIe 1Xs are all in. Sometimes they get moved around when you're fishing wires everywhere. So those all look good. Now I'm going to go ahead and connect this to the PDU, make sure everything turns on. So we have these plugs. These are for the larger 1600 watt EVGA power supplies. I believe it's a C19 to C20. I'm not 100% sure, but this PDU does have a couple of them. You can see here, this is, I think, a C14 plug. I might be getting it backwards, but that's how this power supply is powered. However, this one is a different plug, and we do have a couple of them on this PDU. Although there's only 3 on here that fit power supplies like this, I did buy a couple cords that go from this plug to this plug, so that will be just fine. But regardless, let's go ahead and get this thing plugged into the PDU. So you just click it in like that. Make sure it's in there nice and snug. That seems to be good to go. Now let's go ahead, flick the power supply on. And it looks like everything is working. 3060 Ti's are all going on the top. The bottom are not going, but I think that's just, they don't click on until it reaches a certain temperature. So I'm glad we got that going. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn this rig off and put it in its little spot over there, then turn it back on, and we'll be back in a second. All right, guys, we're back. I have the 3060 Ti LHR rig up and going. I actually didn't need to put anything on the bottoms here. It is looking like it's balancing on it. I do, however, still want to have something more secure for it, but I think that that's fine. I feel comfortable with that. I'm going to deal with the cable management and everything later. Like I said, I have a network switch coming, so as you can see, I have two really long cords coming to one to the Helium miner, one to the 3060 Ti LHR rig. The test bench is Wi-Fi. So until I can get the other rack here with the network switch, there's gonna be wires everywhere, but that's just how it goes. So that's gonna be everything for this video. That's gonna be everything for today, I think. Along with doing stuff like this on video and moving rigs in here, there's a lot of other things that, go into something like this. So it has been very time intensive recently, but I'm going to chip away day by day, build it day by day, not going to stress myself out too much with everything. But if you guys like what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button and like the video. It does help the GPURisers.com team out. But besides all of that, I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.